It is halftime of the big rivalry game, Clemson and South Carolina. In Clemson, it's tied 7-7 at halftime. We've seen some really good things. We saw some things that I predicted that was going to happen. I'll dive into that in a second. Just real quick, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I do hope that you'll subscribe. If you've never subscribed, I hope you will. And but I'm going to go ahead and dive into the game. All right, so throughout this week, I told you, look, South Carolina has the third-ranked defense when it comes to team sacks. 39 sacks coming into the game. And I said, with all the injuries that our offensive line has had, what we need to do, and those of you who heard me, I went through a game plan of how you would beat South Carolina. You have to get the ball. You need to stretch the ball down the field, right? You need to throw the ball downfield. Don't play scared against them. You need to be very aggressive, and you'll stand a chance. And what did we see? We saw some unbelievable passes thrown and received. And we saw the two true freshmen, the big-time wide receivers that we were all waiting for. They have shown up in this game, and they have showed out. We've seen an unbelievable catch by Bryant Wesco. That was a pass interference. Now, in a game like this, I expect there to be some tugging, going back and forth. And so, hey, I mean, it is what it is. That defensive back was playing him well, did tug on him. But here's the thing. Here's the difference. The difference is that Wesco kept his eyes on the ball, stayed with the play. We saw the same scenario just a few plays later with TJ Moore. We've seen Cade throw the ball very well. I know he had one he overshot the guy. That guy had some intense coverage on him. So if Cade throws it low, it's an interception. All of you are going like, "Why did he throw it?" So I mean, I'm glad he threw the ball to where only the wide receiver could get it or it hits the ground. Okay? That was a smart play. The game plan by Garrett Riley for most of the first half, I like. Now, towards the end of the half, we saw that quick screen out into the flats. That didn't work. We see Clemson trying to run the football more. I know that there's some adjustments that's probably been made over the top, but you still need to attack downfield. South Carolina does not have an answer for it right now. So, like I've said before, Clemson, instead of stopping yourselves, you need to let the other team stop you. So Clemson has done this before. And there's other teams out there. The other team doesn't have to stop them. It's not broke. You don't have to fix it, but you fix it anyway and you break it. So I'm hoping that Clemson will continue to attack downfield and take advantage of what South Carolina is actually giving them. But what did I say this week? Stretch the field. Stretch the flipping field. I've been saying this for a while now. And folks, when you have wide receivers that can catch like we saw, they want the chance to prove that they can catch a contested pass. And they've done it. So continue to do it. I just got finished eating some pizza and my throat is going dry on me. So I'm sorry about that. But real quick, I got a bunch of you in here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I talked about this today in my pregame video. I said, listen, there's a ton of people who's watching me who hasn't subscribed yet. Remember, subscribing is free. So all it's going to cost you is take your thumb and hit the subscribe button if you're on a smartphone. So I hope you'll definitely do that. It is free. If everybody who watched me subscribed, listen to me, folks, I would have like 20,000 more subscribers at least right now. So if you're watching, whether you're new or you've been watching for a while, I hope you will subscribe. Let's dive on into this. Get in here. There's a ton of you in here. You're very happy. A lot of you are happy. So I'm just going to fly through this. Clay Geiger, good to see you, my friend. Mama 3, going better than I thought. Honest, me too. We're going to talk about the defense in just a second. Still Gamble, About what I expected so far. If we lose it, it'll be because all these missed tackles. Yes, we'll talk about that. You're 100% right. I feel good where the Tigers are now. Silver Fox. Tiger Man, good to see you. Should I have run the ball on the 10 with 4th and 1? No creativity on offense. I like the aggressiveness, but they just couldn't block. It was funny. But I like the aggressiveness. But I get where you're going there. Hamp Redmond, thanks for supporting the channel. See that symbol beside Hamp's name? Means he supports on a monthly basis. Thank you so much for supporting on a monthly basis. $3 or $5 if you want to do it. There's a join button below the video. If you don't see it, you're probably on an iPhone. Bailey BP, what's up, man? First of all, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Second, we were playing better than I expected to. Feeling pretty good about the second half. Bailey BP, thank you for supporting the channel, $5. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Hey, I'm an independent. I'm just out here doing what I can, stir the pot and have some fun. Thanks for supporting the channel, my friend. Agree the Tiger man quit running up the middle. Yeah. Should have ran outside. No more screens, the real McCoy. Noah, that was a catch, bro. Are these the same refs from Georgia GT? They're cheating us. Oh, man. Steven Wilson. Hold on one second. This is exactly what Clemson has done the whole year, and Dabo doesn't seem to care or think there's a problem. Okay. I think. Are you saying that they're backing off? That they're going to back off? Is that? I'm trying to understand the point that you're making there. Let's see. Dabo coach is like oh no. We're trying to keep her clean here. Anglo Zombie. Good to see you in here. Tiger Fan 24, good to see you. Bunch of you in here. The hard take, yeah, just needs to check down if needed to a tight end across the middle. Yeah, use that middle. Hey, Brian, this definitely started better than I expected. Good to see you. Oh, Grafnar, my buddy in Charleston. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for supporting the channel. There are a ton of you in here. So I'm going to get back here. And let's talk about the defense. Okay, I told you Lenoris Sellers is physical. I told you that. I said Lenoris Sellers is physical. He's going to play hard. You have to brutalize him or he's going to brutalize you. I'm not talking about cheap shots. I'm talking about you have to be brutal with this guy because he's very talented. You've seen it. You've seen the missed tackles because it's not because the team necessarily is poorly tackling the guy, though they could wrap up a little more. He's that fast. He's that strong. He's that big. Okay? Now, one of the good things I'm seeing from our defense is that Wes is bringing pressure from different places. We have seen a little bit of spy here and there. Who told you to do that? I did. In my video this week where I talked about how you can beat South Carolina. I ended up taking down that video. I'm not going to get into why. But those of you who saw it, and there was about 2,000 of you at least, maybe 3,000 who saw that, you heard me say the way you beat South Carolina, defensively, you're going to have to spy the guy. You're going to have to send pressure from different areas. You can't let him sit back there. You have to brutalize him and Rocket Sanders because if you don't, they'll brutalize you. Once again, no cheap crap. We saw him on the touchdown run break a couple of tackles. We saw him on that big run on the very first drive. He broke the tackles of Peter Woods and TJ Parker. Folks, those are not babies playing there. There's other players on the defense, no offense, that if he broke that tackle against them, I'd say they shouldn't have done that, but I'm not shocked. Against Peter Woods and TJ Parker, the creme la creme of the defense, that says a lot. That says more about Sellers than it does about them in a bad way. So, let's talk about what we need to do in the second half. Clemson gets the football to start the second half. Listen to me. Everybody hear me. Hear me. The offense, you can't start playing conservative. Well, we've got them where we want them. Where? Where you're not going to score? Listen to me. Listen to me well. Take shots over the top, and if they're playing two high safeties, run two streaks, send a post, send an underneath route under the post. You have your safety valve. You're making the safeties dedicate whether they're going to play over the top or they're going to take that post in the middle. Do it. Our wide receivers are hungry to go up and make a play. Cade is throwing the ball well. Cade looks good. I like the touchdown call, the scheme on the quarterback run. I like it. Clemson, your offense is out there to score points. We need plays to continue to be extremely aggressive against this team and to put them away. Defensively, continue to bring pressure, but the tackling has to be there. The tackling has to be there. You have to hit this guy and not just hit him, hit, wrap, drop him. End of story. So that's the key to Clemson. You just have to continue to be aggressive. You have to continue to punch them in the mouth. You can't step back and go into, well, we're in Death Valley and this is just a back and forth game, but we're going to pull this out. No, you have to be aggressive. So South Carolina, they're hitting. Clemson has been hitting back. Clemson's been looking a lot better than what I expected. But folks, listen to me. There's 4 quarters in football, and the only way there's not 4 quarters in football is either A, the game is called off, forfeited, or you go into overtime. So right now it's 7-7. Give you a few stats real quick. I'll finish my thought. Right now 7-7, but Clemson has to finish this ball game strong. They have to finish this ball game strong. And they cannot become conservative. They can't. If they do, they lose the ball game. And you heard it here first. But so far, I'm happy to see a lot of things out of Clemson that I haven't seen this season against a good football team. Here's some quick stats, and then we're going to go back down and watch TV, right? We're going to watch the rest of this game. Or if you're at the game, hope you'll drop me a line and say, hey, I'm at the game. Got a bunch of you in here, by the way. Hope you've subscribed. Chase Henderson here. Yes, Sellers is very for real. By the way, that I know of, Clemson didn't recruit him, and he's in the state of South Carolina. He was a 4-star. So don't know why they didn't do that. Yeah, good to see you, Chase. Chase, are you working or are you at the game? Let me know that. Chase supports the channel. You see that symbol beside his name. I appreciate it, my friend. I really do appreciate it. Means a lot to me. Oh, you're at Death Valley. You sorry scum. You are at the game. You are at the game. Hey, we'll just tell all 85,000 of them to subscribe to my channel. It'll jump overnight. All right, here, let's look at some stats. Clemson and South Carolina both have 9 first downs. Both teams are not stellar on third down. South Carolina's 3 of 7 on third down. Clemson's 2 of 7. Clemson has 228 total yards, 148 through the air, 80 on the ground. South Carolina has 178 total yards, 71 in the air, 107 on the ground. Only 1 penalty so far. They're letting these guys play. They're not getting knick-knacky calls. So there's only 1 penalty. It's on South Carolina. It's for that offsides. It's for the offsides, 1 penalty for 5 yards. We do have 1 turnover. That's where Sellers turned over the football. Clemson fell on it. Time of possession's hilarious. South Carolina's had the ball for 15 minutes, 50 seconds. Clemson's had the ball for 14 minutes and 10 seconds. So almost even. So leaders of the game, Cade Klubnik's 11 of 16 for 157 yards in the air. Lenora Sellers, 7 of 10, 71 yards. Leading rushers for the team, Sellers, 6 carries, 51 yards, 1 touchdown. Maffa, 13 carries, 55 on the ground. Receiving yards, Rocket Sanders, 1 reception for 20 yards, and then Antonio Williams, 5 receptions for 75. He's done very, very well. Ever since he got tackled hard and he came up slow, he had to go back down to the ground. He's looked a little out of it, so we'll see how he plays and how he progresses through the second half. All right, here we go. One more thing. Going to let this go. I'm going to go back downstairs, drink my tea, wow, nothing like the sound of your voice to help a guy take a leak. Glad to help. I think I need to give up, man. Anyway, let's talk one more time before I go. What does Clemson need to do? Continue to attack downfield. South Carolina does not have an answer for attacking downfield. Continue to exploit them. They're passing. I just read you the stats. Clemson has 148 yards in the air. So why would you not take advantage of that? Take advantage of what they're giving you and call it. Continue to put pressure on Sellers. Continue to shove him around. Continue to tackle him, continue to tackle him. My God, I can't speak. And you'll get a win. And I picked South Carolina to win this game, not because I wanted them to, but because I felt like that's reality. I will be more than happy to eat fried chicken after this game versus eating crow, of course. But Clemson has to do this. Clemson has to be aggressive because South Carolina, they're packing a punch. Y'all take care of yourself. See me after the game. If you haven't subscribed, I've already told you. I have 20, 30,000 people who watches me all the time and haven't subscribed. Subscribe. It's free. It's just a click of the button. Y'all take care of yourself. And as always, go Tigers.